Hey guys, how's it going? It's Thomas A here once again. This is the review for Lazarus, Season 1, Episode 10. Or no, Season 10, Episode 1. Sorry, kind of got that confused, but I'm kind of tired right now. I just finished watching S.H.I.E.L.D., so I'm going to do a review on Lazarus because I'd watched it previous just to recap myself again on the episode. So, just to let you guys know, this is the first episode of Season 10, just to confirm that again. In the episode, basically what happens, you see Clark continue falling, he hits the ground, and Lois finds Clark on the ground with the blue kryptonite knife, as you've seen from last season. He basically, sorry about my eye, he dies for about a couple minutes, and he's in sort of an afterlife state. That's all I'm going to say about that. He talks to Jor-El, whatever, and he comes back, because Lois pulls the knife out of Clark, and she actually sees Clark get healed or whatever. Then she's fooling around with Clark, and she sees Clark at the Daily Planet. Clark goes there to try and find some file or something, and Lois knows his secret. So while he's there, Lois knows he needs to get out of there so he can go do whatever. So she drops her pen or whatever, and Clark super speeds and gets whatever he needs to get, and then talks to Lois and then leaves. You see Oliver getting the crap kicked out of him by one of the members of the Suicide Squad. Chloe sees video footage of these two people that captured Oliver, and it's not the creatures from Apocalypse from Darkseid, from Apocalypse, yeah, that Darkseid rules over. Who else? What else do we see in this episode? Oh, we see the younger version of Lex Luthor. So like he has a bunch of clones in this laboratory, and Tess is there, and she gets healed or whatever. So from last season, one side of her face was all burned. She kind of looked like Two-Face. She's healed this season, and you see all these clones of Lex. And there's a room where there's this little boy, and his name's Alexander, which is the younger version clone of Lex. And in this other room, there's a Lex Luthor who almost is identical to not identical to Michael Rosenbaum, but when he speaks and stuff, he has mannerisms and he talks almost just like Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum's version. He looks approximately 20 years older than what Lex would have been. They say that Lex died, but I'm not too sure. I don't think, because all the clones are dead now. At the end, near the end, the evil Lex clone, which is the one that's really old, he kills all the clones. And he says that the real Lex Luthor is dead, like the creator died. So everybody's thinking that, but I don't really think so. I think he's probably still alive somehow, and he just covered his tracks so that no one can track him at all. What else is there? You see Lois, and she's being she's hanging off the post that Clark was hanging off in Season 1, the first episode. So that's kind of cool, because in 2 episodes, right, almost at the exact same times, they're both sitting there on the cross that Clark was on, and she's got a red S. It's too bad for most guys who are gonna probably watch this review. It's too bad for the fact that they didn't have Lois' shirt off. I'm joking, of course, but yeah. So she has a white shirt on, just so you guys know she's not nude. So people who are going, oh my god, there's a nude girl on Smallville, no. And the older clone of Lex knows Clark's secret because, of course, he has all of Lex's memories and everything. And when Lex and Clark talk, Clark almost kills the clone version. And just before the clone dies, because he is about to die because of his body, it can't keep him alive. So before he dies, he tells Clark that he's caused 2 accidents, and Clark has a decision. He can either save the big globe, which you guys see at the end of my video on here. He can either save that from plummeting into the traffic and everything and destroying everything, or save Lois's life. And he thinks he's not fast enough to do both. Well, Clark proves him wrong, and saves Lois, takes out this entire fire that's about to burn her to death, and he super speeds just in the nick of time, gets over to where Metropolis is, or over where the globe's supposed to hit the ground. Everybody thinks that's a super leap. No. Okay, just to confirm that with you guys, if you guys watch the episode, if you guys watch the bit where he super jumps, you can actually pause it and you'll see a trail just like when he flew in season 4, and like all the Kandorans, you see a trail that he leaves. Like when you super jump, you'll see a kind of messed up trail. It's not like flying. When you see a like Kryptonian fly on Smallville, you can actually see the entire trail. It looks really weird. It looks almost like heat vision, but like clear, really clear. So yeah, it's flying. Okay, so he saves the globe, brings it back on top, and everybody's clapping because they actually get to see the blur, but they don't actually see Clark's face. They see just a small figure holding this thing up. So yeah, Clark super speeds back to the barn where the suit is, and he opens the box and he sees his suit. So it looks like he's about to put on. Then the key activates, the Kryptonian key activates and sends Clark and the suit to the fortress. And Clark talks to Jor-El. Well, Clark basically was almost talking to himself at first, and he basically is being a little at first he's kind of a little bit cocky, but he explains to Jor-El, like you hear him say, for a second, like he did everything. He stopped Lex, he saved Lois, he saved everybody, and he's like, for a second, I felt like I was flying. And Jor-El basically is like dissing Clark, like telling him, you're not going to be a hero, you almost killed a man. And like, it's kind of like, you obviously know there's something wrong. Like, it's not the real Jor-El. Like, if the Jor-El from the fortress would have known this, I'm sure he would have been proud of Clark too. But, just to let you guys know, that is Darkseid. I've seen other people talk about this as well. It is Darkseid, just to confirm it. What else? When, who is it? I'm trying to think. He goes to the fortress. Yep. When the rest of the episode, Chloe trades herself in for Oliver. If you guys watch the review of S.H.I.E.L.D. I did, it explains what happens to Chloe after. Also, what is there? You see Lois. She's in Africa, I'm pretty sure now, or in Egypt, one of the two. She's standing and she's looking at a picture of Clark. And Clark's at the barn, or at the Kent farm, and he's reading a note from Lois that's basically saying she decided to go to Africa. And he drops the note, it flies off, and in the distance, who is it but other than Jonathan Kent? He talks to Clark, telling him that how proud he is, like a real father. And people are thinking this is Jor-El. No one knows for sure. I have no idea how this is possible. Like, it could be maybe a projection. Maybe it's actually is Jonathan Kent. He has some sort of way using, because he was affected by the Kryptonian abilities before. Maybe he has some way of reconnecting with Clark again. But he talks to Clark, and he does confirm with what Jor-El says, and I'm sorry that I didn't say that before, but what Jor-El said, that there's something dark was coming at the beginning of the episode, and I'm guessing probably Jor-El gave Jonathan the ability to do that, but something dark is coming to Smallville and to Metropolis and to Earth, and as everybody knows, this season is about Darkseid, if you guys haven't known. And at the end of the episode, you see where the console for where the Book of Ra was placed in last season. You see a dark bunch of dust spinning around, and it comes up to where one of the gargoyles are, and out comes Darkseid, a figure of Darkseid that looks almost identical. Like, these people got it down right to like the face, the facial expressions, everything. And right after that, just before the credits come out, it shows the suit in a block of crystals and ice, like put together. So I'm guessing when Clark finally does defeat Darkseid, or defeats whoever that he has to defeat this season, when he becomes truly the hero that he's supposed to be, that suit will come out of the ice and he'll be able to wear it. So that's it for my review, guys. Two last bits. There's two references to Superman in this. Lois sees the suit, and she basically says, "Oh, it's much better. It looks much better in Technicolor." So obviously she's referring to the Superman suit in there. So that's what Clark's gonna be wearing. And What else? Oh yeah, and the fact that Clark flies this episode. All right, guys. Thanks, guys, and hope you enjoy this review. All right.